Well, General, let's talk about your recent interview with BBC's Hard Talk. You seem to dismiss allegations that the Nigerian army was deploying child soldiers. That's some allegation that came with the downgrading of Nigeria and the trafficking of persons watch list. Now, why has the U.S. government made these allegations?
Well, I don't know. It's best known to them. I don't know why they should make this allegation. But as far as we are concerned, on the military side, on the army side, we are cooperating very well with them. They have their own troops, a liaison team deployed in Maiduguri, in Operation Lafia Dole, and we're working close with them. And
you're not making any inquiries and finding out, because if you're working with them and they're on the ground with you in Maiduguri, in the northeast.
Well, we are studying the report. Our first reaction was that we don't believe it's not true that the child, we are using any child, we're not, using such. But having seen the report, we are studying it. And one very important thing is the allegation is not made against the army. It's a general allegation and so on, but in their own wisdom, decided to downgrade our level of whatever they have of the country. The most important thing, we'll continue to dialogue with them.
Have you made any inquiries into that? Into how that happened?
No, the report was just recently released, just about a week exactly. We're still studying the report.
So you haven't made any inquiries whatsoever?
Well, we've not formally done that, but we will do that.
Is this something that gives you cause for concern?
But it's not an army issue, it's a national issue. We should not be, it's not an army issue, it's a national issue. And the appropriate government agency, I think, will respond to them in general terms. Okay, we have this, National Commission on what you call it, NAPTIP. They should be able to handle it and look at it, because they are also looking at it. And they should be able to investigate further, while we also will look at our own site and see the veracity. But our first reaction is that I doubt we don't, we have our own rules of engagement, we have our own training, both in international humanitarian law and then laws of armed conflict, where we've know the implication of having a child, soldier or anybody giving any support, to the troop, And if you look at the society, especially in the northeast, most of the growth, of this youth, are not, even. And you cannot compare when you see someone. I don't know what methodology or they followed in identifying this one as child. Or these are all subject to investigation. We'll do that.
General, let me quickly take you up on this one, because you said you're going to still take that up. But in this particular instance now, there have been mishaps in the course of the army conducting its affairs in the northeast. One of them that readily comes to mind was what happened in January this year in Ran, the Ran bombings, which has been decried as an accident, but there's been no inquiry set up by the army to find out precisely what happened. Has there?
I mean, up to 3 or 4 inquiries, and we're still working on it. The defense headquarters, is working on it. I think they will respond appropriately.
When will the findings be made public?
Very, very soon. Very soon. The defense headquarters is handling. I'm sure the chief of defense will make it public. And this thing involves 2 services. It's not entirely army. So it's a defense issue which will be handled at the defense headquarters.
Okay. Now, in places where they have been, because a lot of people were not aware of the fact that the defense was handling this, and it's good to know that they are, but only also recently, the military is said not to have been very cooperative with the judicial inquiry into the killings of over 300 Ironman members by the Nigerian army.
I don't understand what you mean by that.
Did you read the report? First of all, I mean, we do know that the report was released sometime last year.
Who is not cooperating with it, which has been concluded, has submitted a report. White paper has been submitted.
Yes.
And those that are involved have already been tried in court. So which type of cooperation or so?
You are trying in court the GOC of the 1st Division?
No. The members of the IMN have been tried, for what they've done,
What about on the army side? Because
the commission of inquiry has been very clear. I
yes.
mean, the white paper of the government has also been very clear. Okay, so that is it.
It has been clear, but he says that there was a disproportionate use of force, and that the final report of the commission indicts the general officer commanding.
I don't think I will comment on this further because it's already a subject of litigation, and the government has made her position known. The Kaduna State government has made her position known.
What about the Nigerian army?
We've also made our position known from the beginning.
What is the position of the Nigerian
army? I say it's already been decided upon by the Kaduna State government, and which is the main government in concern. All right, and some issues are already in court, or the case is already in court. Mr. Members have been tried in court.
What precisely, what image of the Nigerian army do you want Nigerians to have of their military?
Thank you very much. This I can just make, a broad statement in line with my vision to have a professionally responsive Nigerian army in the discharge of our constitutional roles. We want a professional army that the Nigerian people will continue to be proud of. I believe they are very much proud of the Nigerian army. We want a professional army where the officers will be proud to serve their country. The officers and soldiers will be proud, to commit themselves, to continue to commit themselves in the service of their country, and if need be, pay the supreme price, which they've been doing. And this is the only way, we'll keep our country one, and to ensure that the constitutional tasks given to us are not compromised, and we carry them, professionally. We must be responsive to the needs of Nigerians in line with our roles. We must be responsive as leaders of the army, in this time the officers go, to the welfare of the troops, in line with what the government is, desiring also to give us. We must also respect the Constitution, continue to have an army that is human rights compliant. We get our Constitution, observed, and then best to have the full support of the government, knowing that, yes, what we are doing is right, and we are also in full support of the democratic dispensation. And I think we have the best of times under the democratic dispensation, and we will like to make sure that it is sustained.
Oh, General, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, we have to thank you for coming on Hard Copy.
Thank you, Maupe. My pleasure.
That's the program tonight. We'd love to hear from you. Please use the handles on your screen. Thank you for watching. I'm Maupe Ogun. See you next week.